I am currently sitting in my future dream gaming setup
Because over the next 3 days,
I'm going to be transforming this empty space into the ultimate gaming paradise by filling it with stuff. But I don't actually have any of that stuff yet, so I need to go buy it.
because the first part of our 5-step plan, which my dad is kindly helping my licenseless soul do, is shopping. As I had to pick up a few things in order to make sure that my vision for this room became a reality. So after loading up the car on a pretty unsafe journey home, shopping was done, and I could move on to step 2, painting. However, before I'd even started doing that, I'd run into a little bit of a problem, as when I was out getting everything, I forgot to buy paint rollers.
Which means I'm going to have to go to the shop again, and it's already 4 o'clock.
This really isn't an ideal start, as I only actually have 3 days to finish this room, as my girlfriend Georgia has actually banned me from doing DIY, as I always do it wrong, and then we have to call her dad to fix it.
Hey Siri, call Dad.
But she can't stop me this weekend, as she's gone to Essex to see her family, and I've told her while she's gone, I'm going to be doing this project to prove to her I can be trusted with things like this. So with so much time of day one already wasted, I got in my, not car, because, you know, can't drive, grabbed myself the first paint roller I could find, and pedalled my little heart out until I got home.
Okay, now we can start painting. We've gone for a colour called Feeling Zesty, which I basically just chose because of the name. But it's 4:30 now. If I want to get this done before Georgia gets back, I should probably start painting 2 hours ago. So let's do that. Okay, slight problem. Doesn't look great so far, I'm not gonna lie. It's also a completely different colour to the one over here. I'm hoping I've got enough paint, but to be honest, I'm thinking it might be kind of ugly. We'll have to see once it's done, I suppose, if it's nice.
But regardless, I kept on painting, took a little food break, cleaned up the edges, and I was done.
I cannot believe how long that took. It is 11:45. I've completely wasted my first day. Completely. I've only painted. But at least that's the painting done. It means that phase 2 of our plan is completed. But right now I am knackered. And I'm going to need to get up really early to do more. So I am going to go to bed. Oh, it is a beautiful day. Not only because the sun is shining, but also because I have to do any more painting. Woo! So it's time to build the furniture now. But before we get onto that, let's do a little tapey reveal. I like that. It is time to see if I did it right. I keep ripping it. God's sake. You know what? This tape isn't as satisfying as I thought it would be. Let's just start building. Oh, now this is a lot of furniture to construct. And as I mentioned earlier, whenever there's something DIY or manly that needs to be done, pretty much always call George's dad. And that makes me feel like less of a man. You know, I want to do these things. I want to do manly things. And I'm pretty sure he's also very sick of doing these things because for Christmas, he got me a very special gift. A drill. If that is not a subtle hint, I don't know what is.
So now that I had my power tool, I was ready to conquer this desk and built as much as I could until it was time to drill.
Okay, this is literally my first time ever using or opening my drill. This feels like a very big moment, a new chapter in my life, if you will, when the boy becomes the man. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking drill, actually. Stick that in there. Whoa! Oh, I own a drill. Come on. I'm a bloke.
Just seeing this drill, seeing it was mine, it filled me with jubilation and manly energy, and using it just elevated that feeling.
Oh my God, it's working. It's working. It's working. Holy shit. That was the best thing I think I've ever done. That took like no time. That was so quick. Why have I been using a screwdriver my entire life? This is the dog's bollocks.
But I didn't have any time to gush over my drill and got to building. However, I did carry this positive feeling with me. Like I said, I'm not really the DIY manly man, but I've built flat pack furniture before. But doing it with the drill kind of felt like I was finally doing it right. And I felt kind of like I was one step closer to being a proper man.
I did it. I built one. Oh my days. This is hard work. Okay, I really underestimated how long this is going to take. Again, I can't even say it's starting to shape up together because it's not. It's just not. It's orange, that's all it is so far. It's nice though, I like the colour. I thought it was going to suck, but it's actually quite nice.
But as much as I love staring at walls, I got cracking on the next desk because time was not on my side, and neither was luck, as I had run into a problem making the drawers.
I need a hammer. I don't have one. But luckily, George's dad lives around the corner, so I've just got to hope that his box that's in his garden will have one. Right, I'm going to use a pestle or a mortar. I don't know which one it is, but it's of the pestle and mortar. That's the best I got. Now, I might look a little bit mental using a kitchen appliance as a tool, but my thinking was actually quite genius, as the pestle was very effective. However, what was not were my muscles, as they were struggling to get these drawers into their place, which didn't make me feel very good, as this reminder of how weak and scrawny I am didn't make me feel very manly. However, I didn't really have much time to wallow in my own self-pity, but finishing the desk did make me feel a little bit better. Okay, that's good. The desk is done. Finally, I'm glad it looks good, because I don't know, I've just been second guessing myself this whole video, to be honest. Now look, I'm gonna level with you guys. If you couldn't tell, I'm not really the hardest geezer in the world. And that's fine, I'd rather be a weenie than be a meathead. But it doesn't take away from the fact that I do kind of struggle with the whole masculinity thing, I suppose. I mean, I look like this as a child, so take from that what you will. But I have always struggled with, you know, the more manly things. Sport, the rough and tumble. But I don't really think those things are very important. But what is important is being able to do stuff that's useful. You know, gender roles are kind of bullshit, but having to rely on other people to do a quote-unquote man job, like putting up a shelf, does make you feel quite inadequate. So this whole process so far, you know, it's been quite a challenge for me, and where little things have been going wrong, they have been getting to me. But I was finally at a point with this room where I could confidently say, I think it's coming together. And that little glimpse of optimism was just what I needed, as it fueled me for my next build, which I must say, I finished quite quickly. And there you go, the record table / game / record storage box is done. And although I do still need to build one more thing, I thought I would take a little break and play a very special record that I bought today, because I feel like I'm going insane and I need a break. Okay, I can do this. Let's do it. Mental recharge done. Let's go. Kick up. Right, so luckily or unluckily, depending how you look at it, this is massive. I must have just like completely glossed over the measurements because I had a look and it's the right size. To be honest, there isn't enough room in here for too much more stuff anyway, so I don't have to build anything else today, which is great. So I think what I'm going to do is get up very, very early tomorrow morning, because I didn't do that today, I got up at like 11. Get these shelves on, and then we can go straight into lights, gaming setup, and then we're done. And then it's done. All right, I'm going to clean all this stuff up, all this cardboard, because it is bin day tomorrow, I think. So I'm going to clean the cardboard up, and then go to bed. Yeah, I'll see you in 2 seconds. Wait, it's a bright new day. I gotta get cracking. I've got shelves to put up. I don't know what time George is coming back, but she's gonna send me a text when she leaves. And when she does, that means I've got 3 hours. So yeah, I need to drill into the walls, and I've never done that before. So let's just see how that goes. In a rush, even better. Woo! So with time not on my side, I started measuring up my shelf. But while doing it, I couldn't escape the feeling of fear. I'm just a bit scared, if I'm honest. I've never done this before. Apparently, when you drill into a wall, you can electrocute yourself and kill yourself. So obviously that's something I want to try and avoid doing. But I guess we'll just find out. Well, I guess there's no time like the present. Holy shit. That was easy! That was so easy! And at this triumphant moment, a revelation hit me. Being a bloke, right? Being a bloke, it's not even hard. You just gotta know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like DIY, know how to drill a hole, getting into a fight, knowing where to hit a guy, drinking beer, knowing when to stop. I don't know that one. This is easy. I'll do another one. Fuck it. Whoa. Now that I had the arrogant confidence of a typical bloke, putting up this shelf was easy. However, this feeling did not last very long, as when putting up the other 3 shelves, I crashed out. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. Fuck me. This one's impossible. This one's fucking impossible. How am I supposed to do it? Where's my pestle gone? My bangy tool. Where has my bangy tool gone? Anyway, despite all that though, I did persevere through. The shelves are done. I did the shelf. Which means I can put away the drill, which is a little bit sad actually, because I've really enjoyed using the drill. But that means we're done building, which means we can get on to the lighting. And our first light is this. It's one of them strip lights. I'm gonna put it over here, I
think. And it was looking like practice was finally making perfect, as building this light was rapid. Place that in the corner snugly there, and then... After that, I fitted these nice strip lights for my shelves. Hey. Before moving on to the hardest light yet. Right, now this last light is a little bit of a doozy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a Govee rope light, and it's 5 meters long. Not because I wanted a 5 meter one, but because it was on sale and it was actually cheaper than the 3 meter one. So I don't really know what design I'm gonna do on here, but I'm going to need to fix something that needs 5 meters worth of rope. So apparently I didn't film any of this part. I think I got carried away with being in a rush, so we're just going to have to cut straight to it being done. And there we go. That is lighting now done. Before we put the gaming setup in, I'm just going to bring all my little knickknacks in, all my little things, put them on the shelves, and then we're going to sort the gaming setup. All right, here we go. First off, we've got this bloody lovely shelf here, full of retro consoles. Sad to think that that one there is now considered retro, but it is. And we filled out these 3 shelves with some nice bits. Got the Call of Duty perks, various Nintendo things. You know what? I'll just go out, and if you guys know what any of these things are, then you're a real G. But now that everything's finally done there, we can do our 2 gaming setups. That's right, 1 there and 1 there. It's gonna look nice. And any gaming setup, of course, requires 3 very, very nice monitors. The first of which being a lovely 4K 144 Hertz one, and it's very heavy. And that will of course be, yeah, I can't lie, these things were heavy. I've never actually set up a monitor with arms before. I've only ever used stands, but I got them all in, got the PC in, and the first setup was done. Okay, now setup 2. It's all about consoles. As much as I like playing PC games, I do like to just sit back in my chair, relax on a nice big TV, and just soak in the games. Because to be honest, hi. Ah, look at that terrible acting. I knew she was going to be home soon. I've got her on Find My Friends. Annoyingly, yes, we didn't get it done on time. We were about 10 minutes too short. So Georgia said she'd go on a run while I finished the room. And I also took the opportunity to have a shower. I hadn't done that at all this whole time. My neck hair was getting long. I had paint in my hair. But guys, let's get real again, okay? To be honest, when I started working on this video, I wasn't even sure if I was going to upload it if the room wasn't nice enough. Because I get in my own head all the time, and I imagine that some of you guys out there probably do it too. And from my own experience, I can say this stops me from doing so many things because I just don't believe in myself. Things like renovating your office because you don't think you're manly enough. It's a load of bullshit because, guys, honestly, you are capable of anything. If I can make this room being the moron that I am, you can go to space. I don't know. In a weird way, I'm trying my hardest to basically say, believe in yourself. You can do it. So without further ado, let's show Georgia the room.
Oh my god! I love the lights. That's so cool. I love it, Jack. To be fair, considering you are not Mr. DIY, I'm very impressed.
It's been a few months since this was recorded, guys, and I'm now finally trusted with DIY. I've fixed cupboards, tinkered with the bike, and even put a pretty cool light into my garden. Please like and subscribe, folks. I'll see you in the next one.